We gotta call out our own. Why do I say this? Because no matter what happens, somebody says something, somebody does something, we don't take kindly to that. Sometimes it's horrific, but very often we don't have all the information. We don't see everything that happens from the beginning of a situation to the end of the situation. If somebody happens to be on our side, we often give them the benefit of a doubt. We often just kind of say, well, I'm sure there's extenuating circumstances. Often there are. It all depends on the situation. If somebody's not on our side, our tribe, all of a sudden, well, obviously they're the worst person in the world. Look at all these things that they've done. Obviously they are a terrible person. It really seems to be, oh, well, you're either with us or against us. Is that all we are? Really? Are politics just binary? Screw that. I think that's BS. What do people mean when they say things? Well, what I say and what I mean, even if someone else speaks the same words. Very often it's different. To what degree? I think we can actually figure this stuff out because we got to call folks out. Because if we don't, this leads to where we're at. Why can't we agree on what we're watching? Why can't we agree on what the actual story is, what the actual narrative is? People don't trust each other. That's really what it boils down to. I've heard this from folks all over the internet for a number of years now. Well, they're being disingenuous. Oh, I can't believe those people. Why is that? What has changed over the course of humanity that's led us to this point? Well, let's face it. We got the internet. What are a lot of the things that we discuss? Well, religion and politics. What were the things that they always said never discussed? Religion and politics. The genie is out of the bottle. We're here now. The past is prologue. The future is now. This is the thing. We can actually make a difference right now. What we do is up to each and every one of us. Now, if you look at folks, very often, if we're engaging on the public square where we all know nobody would have any type of bravado, try to come off as they actually know all these things, because it's not like they'd be Googling this, that, and the other thing to try to make themselves look smarter or anything. I do that all the time. This is the thing. Do we have all the answers? No, we don't. We're human beings. We're perfectly imperfect creatures. Should we assume ill will? Should we assume malice? I've heard people refer to Occam's razor as something, well, don't ascribe to malice as what can simply be incompetence. Is it incompetence or just a lack of information? Hey, if you don't know something, why would you always maintain the same thing? If you can get more information, if we can actually do better, is that a bad thing? That's my big thing with all this. Why not assume goodwill? Unless somebody gives you a reason not to, and is it a real reason? Very often it is. Sometimes, if we don't have all the information, should we just go with what everyone else is saying? Well, if everyone else is saying this, is it right? Maybe it is. That comes down to, is it true? The truth seems to be a rare commodity these days, because depending on who you ask about what topic, it seems to vary quite a bit. That's my big thing. If people don't trust each other, how do we get over that? You take a look at the current situation. We have the death of an individual. Take a look at the report that was filed. Officers responded. Individual ended up having a medical condition, was transported, pronounced dead. When we look at that video, I don't know, there seems to be certain things that were omitted there that may or may not. It looks like, yeah, it led to the death of our fellow American at the hands of an agent empowered by the state. I think badge cams now is a very reasonable thing. Because, one, it helps us see what's actually going on. For better or worse. And number two, those that simply remain silent, that might just sign off on that same report just because it gets handed to them, just because it seems to be easy, and they don't want to get their fellow officers in trouble. I don't know. It seems like a lie by omission to me. I'm guilty of these things myself. But we're here now. It's our chance to actually make a difference. Thank you all for watching. Peace out, be safe, and long live the Elbow Bubble. Me.